Back soon. Joshua Zirkzee could be back sooner than expected as he dropped a very beautiful, encouraging injury update while appearing on a live. I told you guys lately, people are all over social media trying to do stuff online. Alfonso Davies has got a live sort of podcast, if I would call it, and he hosted Joshua Zirkzee, who revealed that he's looking at a possible return before the final of the Europa League. Listen, all players are hungry. They want it. They want to be a part of it. And boy, don't you love to hear that? Man, we struggled a lot with these players who did not want to play for the badge, who did not want to fight for the badge. But first, you saw Amad Diallo pushing to return ahead of time. Indeed, he succeeded. And now Joshua Zirkzee is showing us the same thing. That's the mentality, the attitude we want to see from Manchester United players. Like, share, subscribe, drop a comment. Let me know what you think about Zirkzee and whether you think Zirkzee could be a starter. Do you see him as a starter? We'll paint some picture around his game and what exactly he contributes to the team. But I remind you guys again, learn how to earn online. It's going on. You people who are unemployed, before you keep on walking around, walking your souls broken, looking for jobs, you might create your own in the comfort of your home by just understanding what can you do with your phone, regardless which country you're in, whichever part of the world you are. This thing called the internet is gold for all of you. You've got to mine it. You have got to mine it. If you don't know how to, reach out to me and learn. We'll wait for that. But let's talk about Joshua Zirkzee. Now, I know Man United looks like we are okay. We are there. Ahmad is back. He's looking exciting. Garnacho is improving. We are happy with, I think, what we've seen, at least if we judge the team by the most previous game. But we all know how sad we felt when Joshua Zirkzee fell off injured. Just I think about 6 games ago, I think he's missed about 6 games because we saw how good he was becoming day in and day out. And when a player who started struggling, you are booing him off the pitch against Newcastle United, picks themselves up and starts performing well, he's on a run. You want him to stay on that. You don't want anything to slow him down. It's unfortunate that for Zirkzee, that hamstring slowed him down. Of course, he was trying to fight, pacing as if box to box, dropping back and sprinting with the ball. One of the few players who can street directly forward with the ball and beat off people, power off people, oppositions, runs through forests of bodies and legs, and is still fighting with the ball. He had a different dimension to his game, but the energy clearly he puts in and the effort to try and impress and make it work at Man United perhaps contributed to the hamstring he got. But we do know that Zirkzee will probably be even better. His impact would be even better in this improved Man United team. Remember, we kept saying one of the issues we saw around him was the lack of players who get his intelligence when it comes to how he nicks a pass, he plays an unexpected pass. So he needs players around him who are always on their toes. They expect anything to happen. I've seen him several times play a part, and I think there is one game where only Bruno connected well with him. I think at one point Marcus Rashford failed to connect with him, but players were beginning to understand him. And now that Amad Diallo is back, imagine a forward line that has Zirkzee, Ahmad, perhaps an improved Garnacho, and or maybe even Bruno, Zirkzee, Bruno, and Hoyland up top, then Ahmad flying in the right wing back. Behind them, Casemiro, who is now being considered as a player who's going to stay and stay out his contract, and Ugarte playing at his best. You feel like that's more threat in our attacking line. So his possible return for the final that he's targeting, that desire to be back is even good because it pushes him to fight, even if he doesn't start, to fight at least and come off the bench and impact the game because he has proven to us that he can do that. So Zirkzee's possible return, I think, is a huge boost for Manchester United. It, I think, encourages the team, but also it gives Amorim that confidence that, yeah, I'm going to end the season at the possible highest, at the very possible highest with most of my players, or if not all my best players available. That's what you would want as a manager. So I think it's a positive one, but mostly for me, it speaks to the desire from these players, not just hiding, their heads when things are not going well because it's been a bad season that they want to end like yesterday. Zirkzee injured, he's saying, okay, let me be out of it until next season, at least when I've got a preseason to work on myself and be better. No, they want to be in it until the very end. That's a team of characters that Amorim is building. You love to see that. So let's see how fast it will go for him. But clearly, the adjustments and changes that Ineos made when it came to I think the fitness department or the doctors and treating these players perhaps are beginning to yield results, because if players are getting fit ahead of time, it means certain people are doing things right. People are handling them right, probably. So all those are things that point to the changes that are going on and improvements going on at the club. So Zirkzee, do you see him as a striker perhaps now? Because remember, before he broke off, Ruben Amorim said that he thinks he can score a lot of goals, but he's got to be a little more selfish. Whenever he gets the ball in areas where he can even by himself go and forge a goal, he wants to pass the ball. So Amorim says you're good on the ball. You can really beat off people, nutmeg people, pull tricks on oppositions. You try and stick with the ball whenever you edge closer to the goal and try to create a chance for yourself to score. So, and I keep telling people, we complain about strikers being selfish, but as a striker, you've got to be selfish. That's what makes you a striker. You've got to be the one who wants to put the ball at the back of the net. So Zirkzee needs to get more of that. Maybe he will then be used even more as the backup for Rasmus Højlund. So there's a lot to look into Zirkzee's return, even if there are only a few games left to the end of the season. I told you we want to see all our best players available before the summer, so that we are clearly guided on which positions we need to sign players in. We need to be clearly guided rightly. So that's it. Joshua Zirkzee impending return is looking to be likely more sooner than later. Remember, it's 11 days to go before the final in Bilbao, and certainly every player will be buzzing to be a part of it. But will you be a part of it? I do hope you are. But for you to be able to do that, you've got to be able to afford to live a comfortable life between now and then by earning extra cash for yourself through the internet, where you are most of your time. I'm still waiting for you, fam. Come, let's learn together as we survive together and enjoy our beloved club. Cheers, love, and peace, love, and harmony.